Hi everyone, we are from Group Mars. We'll be discussing about water contamination in industrial adjacent communities. If a child in a nearby community turns on tap for a simple drink of water, do you know what might be flowing out? Chemical residues, heavy metals, and other invisible contaminants that come directly from factories and end up in the cups of regular families could be the silent ghost of industrial influence, a reminder that Malaysia's rapid industrial growth come with hidden consequence. Malaysia's economic miracle is built on the strength of our manufacturing sector. However, the invisible poisoning of our country water supply is a serious and expanding threat. The Department of Environment Malaysia 2023 stated that industrial activity remains a key contributor to river water pollution in Malaysia. This is evident in the recent incident in Selangor when a polymethylacrylic acid PMAA leaked from a factory storage tank leaked into neighboring waterways. Living near industrial areas increase the probability that communities will encounter contaminated water. This problem is crucial since contaminated water directly endangers public health, economic stability, and Malaysia's future growth. The Department of Environment 2023 also reported that industrial activity remains a major contributor to river pollution, and Bernama 2023 highlights that 4% of Malaysia's 672 monitored rivers are now classified as polluted, many of them located near industrial zones. Failure to act will result in frequent crises, higher healthcare and costs, and causing long-term harm to our vital water supplies. As a solution to this concern, I propose the National Real-Time Industrial Effluent Barcode Tracking System and rebates. It's a digital testability platform that assigns every factory wastewater discharge a unique barcode ID linked to its effluent source, chemical composition, volume, and discharge time. Under this system, each batch of industrial effluent is scanned and uploaded automatically and to a national database monitored by the Department of Environment. Unlike current practice, where pollution sources are difficult to prove, and rebates creates a transparent, tamper-proof record that identifies exactly which factory released what and when. And now, we need the support of regulators, industry stakeholders, and technology partners. I urge the Department of Environment to pilot this system in high-risk industrial zones, while factories and technology developers collaborate to implement barcode scanning and IoT integration. By joining forces, we can ensure industrial wastewater is tracked in real time, hold polluters accountable, and protect our rivers and communities for generations to come. That's from me.
Assalamualaikum. Hi. Now I will continue the topic. Basically, many communities living near industrial areas unknowingly drink water contaminated with toxic chemicals. In fact, research has shown that water in these regions often contains harmful substances. Imagine living in a community where the water you drink every day might contain toxic chemicals. Yet, most people don't even know about it. Industrial activities often release harmful substances like heavy metals and chemical waste into rivers and groundwater. Sadly, many residents don't realize how dangerous this is or how to protect themselves. Without proper awareness, people continue using this water for drinking, cooking, and washing. Research also shows that communities near industrial zones often experience higher rates of waterborne disease and toxic exposure due to contaminated water sources. A study by the World Health Organization found that areas with industrial waste contamination have a 30% higher risk of chronic illnesses due to the consumption of polluted water. The lack of public awareness makes this problem even worse. Continuous exposure to contaminated water can cause disease such as diarrhea, skin irritation, and even long-term organ damage. Children in these communities face the higher risk, affecting their growth and health. If nothing is done, the cycle of pollution and illness will continue trapping families in unsafe conditions. This is not just an environmental problem, it's a public health crisis that needs immediate attention. To address the issue, I propose a public awareness and education campaign on water safety led by community health workers (CHWs) in collaboration with local health departments. CHWs are trusted figures in the community and are well positioned to educate residents on the dangers of contaminated water. They will conduct neighborhood workshops, school sessions, and door-to-door outreach, distributing easy-to-understand materials on water safety and simple filtration methods like brochure. The campaign will also include monthly updates on water quality and practical tips for protecting water resource. Local governments, NGOs, and environmental agencies will support the initiative with funding, training, and educational resources. Industries will be encouraged to participate in public forums to share pollution reduction efforts and engage with residents. By relying on community health workers, this approach ensures that the information is relevant, accurate, and culturally sensitive. This strategy empowers communities to take control of their water safety, reduces health risks, and foster cooperation between the government, industries, and local population. So let's make clean water awareness and a shared responsibility. I call on local governments, industries, NGOs, and residents to support this campaign and take part in protecting their communities' water sources. Together, we can ensure that every drop of water near industrial areas is safe, clean, and sustainable for future generations. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Now I will continue. Let me start with a fact that might make you rethink your next sip of water. According to a 2024 study by Saipul Bahari et al. 2024, published in Paper Asia, researchers discovered 182 microplastic particles in Malaysia's drinking water source. These tiny plastic, polyethylene, and polypropylene come from packaging and clothing, and they can quietly enter our bodies through every glass of water we drink. Malaysia's rapid industrial growth has improved our economy, but at a cost. Factories release untreated wastewater and plastic residue into rivers and soil, contaminating the groundwater millions rely on daily. This issue affects not only Malaysians, but also marginalized communities worldwide who often live closest to polluted areas. Now, let's think about the complication. Why is this so urgent? Because microplastic and toxic chemicals do not disappear. They build up in our water, our soil, and even in our bodies. These particles carry harmful substances that can lead to inflammation, hormonal disruption, and other chronic diseases. To address this, I propose the community-based microplastic monitoring and mitigation program. This program integrates scientific monitoring, government enforcement, and public participation to reduce microplastic contamination in groundwater. First, we install low-cost filtration system capable of trapping microplastic and chemical waste. Second, we enforce stricter industrial discharge laws to prevent untreated wastewater from entering rivers and soil. And third, we train communities members to monitor their local water quality with guidance from universities and environmental agencies, which has already demonstrated expertise in identifying microplastic in groundwater. This solution is feasible, scalable, and sustainable. It empowers citizens, builds environmental awareness, and supports Malaysia's sustainable development goals, especially Goal 6, clean water and sanitation. A study by Kate et al. 2025 also emphasized that community-led monitoring and justice-oriented governance are key to reducing pollution and protecting vulnerable communities. We begin with a glass of water, something so simple, yet now so vulnerable. Let's make sure that the next sip we take is safe. By supporting the community-based microplastic monitoring and mitigation program, we can reclaim our right to clean water for ourselves, our children, and generations to come. Because every drop counts. Thank you.
Now I will continue. A few years ago, in 2019, a mother in Pasir Gudang shared that her children began vomiting after consuming food and water from school. Tests later revealed that the water was contaminated with industrial waste. Her story isn't unique. It reflects the daily reality of many families living near factories. Across Malaysia, many communities live near industrial zones that provide jobs but also expose them to pollution. In Pasir Gudang, the 2019 Sungai Kim Kim chemical contamination affected over 2,700 people, including school children, after toxic waste was dumped into the river. The Department of Environment Malaysia 2023 reported that industrial wastewater discharge remains one of the main causes of river pollution, especially in Johor and Selangor. For families in these industrial adjacent communities, clean water is no longer guaranteed. What should be a basic human right has become a daily health risk.
Most affected communities lack access to affordable water testing and filtration systems. Without proper data or awareness, families continue using polluted water, unaware of the danger. The Sungai Kim Kim case was a wake-up call, yet smaller unnoticed contamination events continue. A UNICEF Malaysia study found that environmental pollution disproportionately harms low-income families living near industrial areas, making this both a health and social equity issue. To address this challenge, I propose a community water monitoring and filtration program, a sustainable community-led initiative focusing on education, empowerment, and prevention. First, the program will work with the local NGOs, universities, and health authorities to train residents to perform basic water testings using low-cost kits. These kits detect pH levels, bacterial contamination, and heavy metals like lead and mercury, letting families check their water quality immediately. Second, the program will provide affordable filtration system such as activated carbon or ceramic filters, which can remove up to 95% of contaminants. These are durable, low maintenance, and ideal for low-income communities. Third, a digital reporting network through WhatsApp or a simple mobile app will let residents share test results, creating a real-time map of water safety. If contamination is detected, others can be alerted instantly, preventing further exposure. So, beyond health protection, this initiative strengthens community awareness, self reliance, and collective action. It empowers people to take charge of their environment while supporting policy improvements and industrial accountability for a safer future. So that mothers' daily worry doesn't have to be their permanent reality. Join me in supporting the launch of the Community Water Monitoring and Filtration Program to replace their fear with the power of knowledge and protection. Thank you.
Okay, next. Every morning, families living near industrial zones worry about whether their tap water is truly safe. Local findings in Malaysia have shown discolored water and sediment in some households, raising real concern about health. Yet, many residents still use the water because they have no other options. This brings us to a key question. What simple and affordable solution can help this community access safer water? Water contamination is a growing concern for communities living near industrial zone. A study by University Putra Malaysia researcher published on February 3, 2023 found that heavy metals in jangka water source exceeding safe drinking water limits in area influenced by industrial and urban activity. This reflects a wider issue as many factories release wastewater with harmful chemical into nearby river and groundwater. For low-income household, commercial filtration system are far too expensive, leaving families with limited access to clean water and exposed to long-term health risks. If this problem continue, the long-term effect will be severe. Residents may suffer from waterborne disease, skin irritation, and even organ damage. Children and the elderly are the most affected. Beyond health, this issue creates social and emotional tension because people lose trust in industries and authorities. If no action is taken, the next generation will grow up in an environment where clean water is unsafe. To address the issue, I propose the Community Rainwater Harvesting and Safe Storage Initiative. This initiative encourages residents to collect and store rainwater as a safe alternative for non-drinking activities such as washing car, watering plants, and cleaning outdoor areas. Universities and environmental agencies will train communities to build simpler and affordable systems using basic materials like barrels, pipe, and containers. Youth volunteer can help with installation and upkeep, while local experts will test the water regularly to ensure it is safe for these users. This solution is cost-effective, practical, and environmentally friendly, making full use of Malaysian abundant rainfall instead of relying on costly technology. The initiative empower communities to take control of their own water resource, promoting education, cooperation, and self-resilience, and transforming residents into active protectors of their own environment. Lastly, clean water is not a luxury, it's a basic human right. By supporting community, rainwater harvesting and safe storage initiative, university local councils and NGO can work together with communities to create lasting changes. Together, we can turn rain into a safe and sustainable resource for daily use, empowering residents and protecting the environment. Let us take action today to ensure a healthier, more helpful future for every household. That's all from us. Thank you.